Hello. In this part of the course, we will discuss the feedback model. But first, a few words about the preparation part of the conversation. The preparation part serves an important function. It establishes contact between you and the person you're giving feedback to. It shows them that you're engaged in the work and convey positive emotions. Use small talk. For example, ask the person you're talking to how their work is going, listen carefully, and share your thoughts on the matter. This helps to set the tone for the conversation. Part 2. Feedback. Move on to feedback gradually. For example, I would like to share some observations regarding your work. Do you mind? Then you can move on to the feedback, using the following model. This model is universal. It is suitable for developmental, corrective, and supportive feedback. It can also be used when talking with a colleague, subordinate, supervisor, or an entire team. Firstly, describe the specific situation you want to discuss. For example, I would like to talk about yesterday's department meeting. Avoid using words like always, constantly, or often. These can be confusing and unclear because it is difficult to understand what exactly you are talking about. Secondly, describe the specific actions of the employee that need to be corrected or reinforced. For example, I noticed that during the meeting you were distracted by your phone and didn't take part in the discussion. Then share your thoughts on the situation. For example, I think you weren't very engaged, and we didn't hear your perspective, which was important for us. Use I statements, I think, I believe, etc. to emphasize that this is your personal point of view. Do not shift responsibility to other participants. Next, ask your colleague what they think about the situation. For example, what was bothering you at that moment? It's important to understand why the participant is behaving this way. Avoid asking why questions as they can make the person feel defensive and uncomfortable. Listen to the participant's version of events. For example, they might say, I have a lot of urgent messages, so I need to respond quickly in the chat. Next, suggest possible actions. For example, what if you inform colleagues in advance that you will be in a meeting and unable to respond, and then return to the chat after the meeting? Then brainstorm together, discussing several options. Perhaps you can reduce the number of meetings or delegate some of the urgent messages to another participant. Together, choose the most suitable option. Finally, decide how you will know if you have achieved the desired result. For example, let's agree that at the next meeting you will take part in discussion. Afterward, we'll discuss how the changes affected the handling of urgent matters. To learn more feedback models, proceed to the next part of the module.